We're going to have ourselves a mostly clear night in a couple of areas, but up to the northeast, a couple of showers not out of the question. Everybody also getting in on a breezy, if not outright windy night, with low temperatures falling mainly into the 30s and low 40s. A couple of upper 20s, though, out toward Rapid City. Then the wind migrates eastward for Thursday, and keep it the chance for a little bit of rain East River as well. We'll talk about the rest of your forecast, which features a rather warm weekend outlook. That's coming up in a little bit. Until then, First at 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, first at 4.
An unexpected turn of events at a plea hearing for a longtime Sioux Falls therapist. Why he didn't enter the courtroom today.
Plus, fighting for Lyft and Uber to stay in the Twin Cities. Why the Minneapolis mayor wants the city council to change its mind about pay. And
later, the Premier Playhouse is back this week with a musical theater classic. A behind-the-scenes look at Oklahoma. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. 2 people are dead and a third person has life-threatening injuries following a high-speed crash in Rapid City. Just before 11 o'clock last night, an SUV crashed into an apartment building across the street from the downtown Holiday Inn. 2 people inside the SUV died. A third person is in the hospital. The SUV severed a gas line, causing a gas leak that authorities say reached explosive levels. The apartment building had to be evacuated. We'll have more about the crash later tonight on KELOLAND News.
A Pier man is pleading not guilty to child sexual assault charges in Hughes County. 42-year-old Matthew Topol is charged with sexual contact with a child under 16, sexual exploitation of a minor, hiring for sexual activity, and possession of a controlled substance. In court documents, the alleged victim told officers that Topol touched her up to a dozen times. Topol also allegedly offered her money to continue the contact over text. His bond is set at $75,000 cash only.
This morning, a longtime Sioux Falls therapist was set to plead guilty to having an illegal relationship with one of his patients. However, he never actually made it into the courtroom. 59-year-old Roy Conrad was at the Lincoln County Courthouse today, but because of an unexpected delay, he never went in front of the judge. Records show he has 3 charges of sexual penetration and 2 charges of sexual contact by a psychotherapist. A new hearing date has not been scheduled.
All right, let's turn our attention to our weather. Saw some sunshine. That was really nice out there.
Yeah, I even went for a little walk, Adam. It was really beautiful out.
Well, now if you want to try and go for a walk, you might have to dodge a couple of raindrops. We've been seeing those showers and the occasional isolated thunderstorm billow up with that afternoon daytime heating. We're starting to get to that time of year. So you will want to keep that in mind as we begin the evening commute. There's Harrisburg with a view to the northeast. You can see one of those showers in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. 69 degrees with a west wind sustained at 11 miles per hour. We've been a little gusty at times, though nothing too terrible. Much of our West River viewing area is pretty quiet, again, at least in terms of a lack of active weather. A couple of showers up towards Spearfish and Belfouche and around the Pine Ridge area. But the bulk of our activity has been East River, where we've seen those showers and the occasional thunderstorm pop up and then move on over to the south and east. So really, this is textbook hit or miss shower and thunderstorm activity that we're going to be getting for the next couple of hours. If you run into one, they'll stick around for a little bit and then get on out of here. If you don't, well, you're going to have more opportunities as we head through the rest of the day. Temperatures, though, well, they did warm up nicely. I mentioned that daytime heating. We did get into the 70s in Spencer. They're at 73, 69 degrees also in Yankton, 62 Brookings and Mitchell, 67 for Huron, 60 Aberdeen, 58 for Pierre, and 55 toward Rapid City. We'll cool down into the 20s and 30s West River, 30s to low 40s out west. And as we get ready for your day tomorrow, it'll be a little bit cooler. Upper 50s to around 60, but it's also going to be rather windy East River. You will want to keep that in mind if you're going to be out and about. Firmly in the 50s up to the northeast, more of the same out west, but West River you also get in on a little more sunshine compared to the scattered showers, though, like we see East River. We'll talk about that, go through your weekend outlook, and what we're watching for next week as well, as we head through the hour.
Thanks, Adam. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry and 50 community leaders are calling on the city council to reconsider the pay hike they approved for rideshare drivers. Both Uber and Lyft say they'll leave the Twin Cities May 1st if the current pay plan goes into effect. Right now, the council could take up the issue at Thursday's meeting, but that's not a sure thing. Esme Murphy reports on the scramble to keep Uber and Lyft in the Twin Cities.
Community leaders came together to ask the Minneapolis City Council to reconsider their pay hike, warning thousands will be stranded at the airport.
Uber and Lyft are two of the most popular options for people wanting to get to and from MSP, with 2.8 million trips in 2023.
Those with disabilities will lose independence.
Right now, the City Council did not get this right. We got it wrong. Let's step back from the cliff and let's make sure that we can have a responsible discussion about a path forward.
And the city will lose conventions, hurting downtown restaurants.
It would put us at a terribly competitive disadvantage with other cities in terms of driving away conventions if we didn't have those options for rideshare.
Last month, the council passed an ordinance that requires a minimum wage of $1.40 per mile and 51 cents per minute. Mayor Jacob Fry vetoed that increase, but the council overrode the veto. Lyft says it is willing to support a state study's recommended pay hike of 89 cents per mile and 49 cents per minute. Mayor Jacob Fry is on board with that state proposal too, which also contains benefits like tax deductions and insurance costs.
There is a way where we can both dramatically increase the rate of pay for drivers and simultaneously keep Uber and Lyft in our city.
Now, 3 city council members who support the rollback of this pay hike were at this news conference, and all 3 said they do not know if there are enough votes to actually reconsider this ordinance come Thursday when the council meets. At Minneapolis City Hall, Esme Murphy, WCCO News.
At least 4 smaller rideshare companies have applied for licenses so they can try and fill the void.